Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching KETK Plus. I'm your host, Tristan Van Beem, and today I want to recognize that it is currently Crash Responder Safety Week from November 17th to November 21st. And the Texas Department of Public Safety, also known as TxDOT, has launched their new Be Safe, Drive Smart campaign, urging motorists to help keep crash responders safe while they conduct their services on the road. Joining me today is TxDOT Tyler District Public Information Officer Jeff Williford, who is here to discuss the importance of sharing the road with those working to keep us safe. Jeff, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. I really appreciate that. So I just want to start us off by asking, can you give us some background on Crash Responder Safety Week and what inspired TxDOT to create a campaign for this week?
Yes, this is part of the Be Safe campaign that we kind of put around a lot of different things, whether it be driving under the influence or click it or ticket, things like that. We have a work zone awareness week that we started in April. This is a national campaign that we kind of tag along with, if you will, for Crash Responder Safety Week. Because that's not just TxDOT workers, that's a lot of different organizations and agencies that do respond. So we're just one of those, and it's very important to bring that awareness to this week and to what it means to be safe, especially when you see kind of those yellow lights or blue and red lights from police or fire to do what you can to be safe. We've seen an increase in crashes, whether it be to first responders responding to incidents or in work zones. And so again, it's really important to bring awareness to that.
All right, and now we can see that you have the vest on, and that kind of lets people know that there are workers in the area. But unfortunately, sometimes accidents do happen. How often are crash responders or other workers injured or even killed while working near the roads?
We've seen an increase, like I said, over the past few years. This past year from 2024, or in 2024 from 2023, an increase of about 10%. And so that's, again, to bring awareness to that. Most of those, though, were motorists and their passengers as fatalities. It wasn't necessarily work zone, people working in the work zone. It was most often, about 81% of the time, motorists and their passengers. And so it's a very interesting stat to look at. You would think it's our workers, it's first responders, but we do a lot of things. Like you mentioned, this shirt, we have lights, we put up barriers, we put up cones, we have flaggers, we have trucks that lead the lines through work zones. If we are responding to something that just happened on the side of a road, we have a plan to put up warning and signs and lights to bring awareness to that. And so we take safety very seriously for our guys. I know first responders such as police and fire and EMS, they do the same, but a lot of times they are focusing on that incident. So again, it's if I have that number in front of me, which I know I do, we had 3 fatalities in our Tyler district. So that's 8 counties here in East Texas. We had 3 fatalities in work zone areas last year. Again, we always say that 1 death is too many, and so again, bringing awareness to that. A lot of times when we are responding to a crash, we usually are helping just with traffic and making sure traffic control is being taken care of while law enforcement and EMS and fire do their job. And so, again, it's all about bringing awareness to being safe and slowing down if you see us out there.
Well, thank you so much. And I just want to clarify, I know that most of us were taught whenever we were first learning to drive, move over if you see someone working on the roads. But what is the actual law in Texas for motorists when they see someone working on the roadside?
Well, it actually started several years ago, about 2003, to protect law enforcement, EMS, and fire, especially when those lights are going. So the actual law itself says if you're able to move over a lane to get away from whatever vehicle is on the side of the road, if you can't, to slow down by at least 20 miles per hour under the posted speed limit. So a lot of times that's going to be a lot of places here in East Texas. If the posting is 25 miles per hour or less, the law says to slow down by at least 5 miles per hour if you can't get over. But most times we just say slow down. Make sure you're trying to slow down as much as 20 miles per hour and try to get over safely if you can. That way, first responders, our TxDOT workers, different agencies who are out will know that you're putting forth the effort to keep them safe. There can be penalties and fines that you pay. For the first time, it could be up to $1,200, $1,300. Second time, it will increase. Past that, if you're cited again, maybe a third time, you could see some more penalties as well. And so, again, it's a easy law to follow. It's something that's common courtesy to do. Another thing to keep in mind, it's not just fire and EMS or police. It's TxDOT workers. You'll see our yellow and blue lights. It is animal control workers. The newest law that was added, the newest, change to the law was added animal control workers and parking enforcement officers and employees to this. And so if they're out and you see those lights going, make sure to give them room. But it's all about keeping each other safe, and it's an important message to get out there.
So now that we know kind of the parameters of the law and everything, what are some safety tips that people can follow for when they see someone working on the roadside, just to keep them safe and themselves safe as well?
Yeah, it's kind of how we always say, kind of the same rules whenever you're always driving. But one is slow down. Make sure you're going the speed that you're supposed to be going. And if there is, you see utility workers or EMS, first responders, to move over if you can safely, lower that speed limit, but also pay attention. A lot of times, one of the contributing factors in these work zone deaths and crashes and incidents are people just not paying attention, not seeing the flaggers well ahead of a work zone, or not seeing lights that have been going for a while. And so, again, pay attention. Move over, slow down. That's something to keep in mind. That's what the law is called. And so keep that in mind, and try to plan ahead if you can. If you know there's work going on, plan ahead. That way you don't get in a rush. And if you pay attention, hopefully you'll keep each other safe and watch your speed. That's always very important.
All right, now it's not just people either driving or roadside workers that are in danger. It's also pedestrians who might just be walking to work or might be walking to the park or something like that. So what are some safety tips for pedestrians to avoid accidents while they may be walking near a roadway?
Yeah, a lot of our projects here in East Texas, we call it the Tyler District. It's 8 counties here in East Texas. A lot of our projects, we have put in safety sidewalks. We put in walking pedestrian sidewalks, lights, pedestrian lights, and crosswalks. It's important to keep our pedestrians safe. We talk about motorists and passengers and things like that. It's not just people in cars, it's people walking as well, and on bikes. And so, again, that's a big focus for us. This time of year, we see our pedestrian fatalities increase, mainly because of the time change. It gets darker earlier. And so, there's less light out there, especially in the evenings when you may be coming home from work or school and wanting to get out and walk the dog or go on a walk. And so, again, for our drivers, pay attention. If you see a pedestrian along the side of the road, make sure they see you. Make sure you're giving them room. For pedestrians, make sure you are paying attention when you come to sidewalks or crosswalks. When you come to lights, make sure you're looking both ways. You look left, you look right, you look left again. Make sure if you're at a light and you're waiting for a car, make sure that motorist sees you. Make eye contact with them. Do all you can to do that. If you're walking past sundown, make sure you're wearing reflective clothing or a light that makes you easy to see. Do all those things, and hopefully you'll be safe. But we just encourage people to do their part to stay safe, keep your family safe and friends, and help each other out there.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff, for all those tips. And now one thing I want to talk about is the holidays. The holidays are coming up. We got Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's. It feels like that time of the year again. And now that those holidays are coming up and the likeliness of traffic is increasing, what advice could you give to people who are traveling, and how can they stay safe?
Yeah, one of our newest, slogans is "Drive like a Texan," and sometimes people get confused at what that is. It's kind, it's courteous, and safe.
Yeah.
So we encourage that. This time of year can be frustrating. I just drove here from our office, and Sam's Club on the Loop in Tyler it looked like way more people than they normally do. Getting
an
ready.
Apocalypse out there. Huh?
Yeah, getting ready for Thanksgiving, and so. It's going to be busy. It usually always is, especially when people get out to shop for the holidays, Black Friday, like you mentioned. One is be patient, plan ahead. If you're going out, know that certain times could be busier than others. You can always check drivetexas.org. That's a website that we have that can give you updated road conditions. It can give you updates on work zones and when those are going to be in effect. One thing to keep in mind is TxDOT really does work. We try to plan ahead when these construction projects are going on. We try to halt those when there's busy traveling days, especially during Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. So keep that in mind. We're trying to work with motorists as well. But yeah, plan ahead, be patient, try your best, pay attention, and plan ahead as you start getting out for the holiday season. The other thing too is a lot more parties happen during this time. Family get-togethers, friends getting together, work parties. If you have any amount of alcohol, don't get behind the wheel. We're not saying you can't drink. We don't enforce that. We're not saying you can't drink. But if you do have any, don't get behind the wheel and drive. Have a plan going in. Have a ride to get home. Do a ride share like Uber. You can stay where you're at or take a city or metro, things like that. Just try to plan ahead. That's what we encourage during this time.
Now, does TxDOT usually see an increase in traffic accidents during this time? I mean, obviously increased traffic, more prone to accidents, but is it kind of bad during this specific time of the year?
I don't have those numbers in front of me, but I do know, again, there's an increase, in pedestrian safety during this time of year. With more traffic, usually that means that there are more crashes. I believe usually the months of October is usually one of our deadliest, and then in the spring as well. But yeah, just one with a lot more traffic and a lot more people out, a lot more people hitting the roads. We encourage people to do all you can to keep each other safe, pay attention, watch your speed, make sure you buckle your seatbelt, and again, don't drive if you've had any amount of alcohol.
Well, I know you just mentioned all of these tips, especially for, not drinking and driving and staying safe on the roadways. If people want to learn some more information, where can they go to TxDOT to find that information?
Yeah, there's several places. You can go to TxDOT.gov. That's one place. That's our main website. You can search in there anything from move over, slow down laws. You can look at click it or ticket. There's a lot of different resources, especially if you have young drivers to share with them. It's an important place to look. You can also check drivetexas.org. Again, that's an updated map that our crews actually update. So anytime there's a crash or problem with a roadway, snow or ice on roads, flooding, anything like that, it's a good place to check. It'll give you some updated road conditions. You can also follow the Tyler District specifically on social media. So we're on X. I still call it Twitter, but I try my best to call it X. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. And we're on Nextdoor, which I really use a lot because you can really pinpoint kind of those areas. So that's a good one to follow us on. You can also check out TxDOT as a whole statewide on social media as well. But those are great places to start. And then we have local offices throughout the Tyler District here, which is, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. It's Anderson County, Cherokee County, Gregg, Henderson County, Rusk, Smith, Van Zant, and Wood counties. So those make up the Tyler District. There's maintenance offices in each of those counties. And then there's also offices here in Tyler where kind of our district headquarters is. So again, you can check out TxDOT.gov and get a lot of information there.
I love that you brought up social media as well, Instagram, Twitter, X. I guess I should call it X too. I love that you brought those up because honestly, I feel like it's easier to find information that way too. So if you just go ahead and give their social media as a follow, I'm sure they post stories and posts like that as well.
We do. We try to, if there's like a major closure, a major crash that has lanes or roads closed, we'll try to get that out. We don't necessarily work as like a traffic update kind of organization or agency, but if there's something major that people need to know about, we'll get it out. We also send out press releases to the media to let them get it out as well. To all their followers. So again, we try our best to keep people updated. I know it can be tricky sometimes, and a lot of things just pop up out of nowhere. So we try to keep each other informed and safe. That's something to keep in mind during the holiday season.
Well, I mean, that's just some great real-time updates as well. I feel like it's so much easier to update people in real time with social media. And I just want to ask, Jeff, are there any final thoughts you'd like to give to viewers at home just about traffic safety in general or about our topic for today's video?
Yeah, we each year we do put out a final number of fatalities. It's a dark subject that we have in our district and our state throughout the year. That'll come out sometime early spring of 2026. A lot of times the top contributing factors are usually speed and driver inattention. Sometimes those go together. Sometimes they don't, but usually those are some of the top causes of fatalities in our district and throughout our state. So again, it's all about bringing awareness to that, watching your speed, don't drive unnecessarily fast, and pay attention. Put the phone away, buckle your seatbelt, and keep each other safe. That's one important thing to always remember.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff, for coming on to KETK Plus and sharing all that great, useful information. I really appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you for having me.